Welcome to the Manager Matt podcast show. The show is designed to give you solutions to your day-to-day management and leadership problems. It's hosted by Matthew Haddock, a frontline manager and leader with over 25 years of experience. If you're ready, then let's get on with the show.
Welcome to Manager Matt. This week's episode, why? Not why in the sense of the meaning of life, the universe and everything, that's for another episode, but why I want to start the podcast, why you would want to listen, and why I know this will add value to you. So let's get on with the show. So let's start at the beginning. Why did I start this podcast? I've been in a number of managerial positions since I was about 22 years old, and I've learned on the job how to make good and not so good decisions. I've been involved in delivering results by managing my team and growing their skills. I've also searched for knowledge to help me improve my own development. I've listened to audiobooks, I've read a wide variety of sources. I've also been on countless management courses and conferences. But one thing I've struggled to find is real-life management guidance and practical skills. There's plenty of leadership advice out there, and I'm sure you are listening to this because you've searched management and leadership in your search bar. Don't worry, we'll be speaking about leadership as well as management, as there's a lot of crossover. But I have not seen or found a down-to-earth, real-life manager who can give practical skills to people wanting to improve. I have also a love of the format of podcasting and the ease of its use. My commute to work or my walk with my dogs have become a time to expand my knowledge. Couple this with my passion for the subject of management and my ability to talk, sometimes too much, made sense to start a podcast aimed at giving management people like yourself some proper advice and proper knowledge, like a proper shoot 'em up, like a western. Bit of a reference to a film there for you. So you're going to get a real life, hard-earned learnings for someone who has been there, has got the t-shirt and probably a full wardrobe. So back to my why and the why statement. I believe that you should start with the why. We all perform to our best when we understand why before the what's and the how's. We all relate to companies when we understand their whys. We become engaged with managers that we've had when they communicate the why. How well have you worked for a manager or a leader when you've understand why you were there instead of just blindly following? In that sense, my why is I have a no-nonsense approach to helping managers and leaders like you become the best version of themselves by driving results. Now, this podcast is definitely going to do that. Week by week, you'll get actionable skills to implement. It's aimed at helping the rookie leader, a manager, and the experienced people manager. We will learn and grow as we go through this podcast. I have had an opportunity to work with some great managers through my time and some not so great managers. But one thing I've realised is that I've never stopped learning. I distinctly remember one time when I received a real rollicking. And if you don't understand what that means, it's a bollocking. From a manager in a very open office. I walked away with my ears ringing, but learning two things. Firstly, I would never do that to my directs. I would never use an emotive and colourful language as he did to get what he thought his point over was. I always talk about being honest with my directs, but always from a point of respect. Secondly, I learned I would honestly reflect on the core message that manager was trying to put over to me, without the drama and the swearing, and take the learnings to improve. So why do you need to listen? I guess that if you've taken the time to download and play this, you're either my family, thanks Mum, Dad and my darling wife, or you want to learn how to improve your management skills. I feel this podcast is focused on people who want to grow. They are self-aware that they are not quite what they should really be, and their full potential has not been fulfilled. Or they have seen a poor role model and know there is a better way. You might be new to management and feel out of your depth. You were the expert before you became the manager. Doesn't seem that easy now when you're up that next level, does it? Or you might be an experienced manager who for a while has been overlooked and felt that there must be a better way to improve your skills. Well, this is where this podcast is really going to come into its own. So how will we do this? By a series of podcasts weekly, we'll talk about real issues management face and how to deal with them and to get the best results. The first section of Management Matt will run through the Management Big Five. Well, the Big Five are the foundations of good management practice. They're the best investment you can give to grow yourself through delivering results and growing your management potential. They're the biggest investment in growing your team around you to make sure they hit their targets, deliver results, and stay with you through retention. They're also fundamentally a good way to think about your interactions with your peers and your bosses to make sure you are rewarded and allowed to develop. So, what are the Big Five? Well, number 1 is one-to-ones. Number 2 is feedback. Number 3 is delegation. Number 4 is coaching and mentoring. And number 5 is empowering. So those are the Management Big Five that Manager Matt will be running through in the next few weeks. Excited? I know I am. The format will be some short, punchy podcasts which will have simple steps and takeaway actions for you every week. I will be speaking to a number of leaders and managers about their journey and their learnings. Podcasts are an on-demand service, a bit like Netflix, although mine are free. And they'll be very interactive, so the whole idea of the show is for you to have a chance to send in questions and ask me about how I've dealt with situations. The biggest thing is that every week you listen, you'll have learnt, and then you get a chance to apply it. Now, improvements aren't going to come overnight. It's going to take some practice, but I'll be there to help you every step of the way, making sure these deliver results. So that's the why in a nutshell. So I hope it resonates with your why and you're interested in keeping on listening. As Mark Twain said, the 2 most important days in your life are the day you were born and the day you find out why. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you can join me next week for Manager Matt. Goodbye.
Thank you so much for listening to this Manager Matt podcast. We hope you found it interesting, helpful and actionable. One last thing, please leave a quick review on iTunes or with your podcast provider as it helps to spread the word of Manager Matt. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the podcast, and if you did like anything in particular, send an email to managermattpodcast@gmail.com or visit managermatt.co.uk for more content. Feedback is a gift, so let's keep giving. See you next week.